Make sure to get your tickets today for the 2018 I Am Woman Conference Rise.
I'm already looking forward next year. We're already planning it. We got our tickets.
I absolutely loved it. It was awesome.
Oh, this is great. Unbelievable.
It's a wild party. It rocks. So rocks. I'm having a great time.
Happening June 8th and 9th in St. Louis. Get your tickets before they're gone.
Hey ladies, I have something to invite you to. Now, if you're a guy, you might be thinking, what? You're already talking to ladies. No, just give me a minute, because you got a mama, you got a girlfriend, you got a wife. There's something here for you too, so give me 1 second. You see, us ladies, we need time away so we can refresh. You feel that way? We need time away so we can get a little us time. Girls, back me up here. Am I speaking your language? If we can take care of ourselves for a minute, we are so much better at taking care of the people around us. Can I get an amen? I can take care of my family, I can take care of my husband, I can take care of my friends, I can take care of my people at work. As long as I just have a minute, it's just a problem in finding that minute. Well, friends, I wanna help you find a minute. I wanna invite you to the I Am Woman Rise Conference. It's happening June 8th and 9th right here in St. Louis. We've been doing it for, just over 10 years. And you know, I like to think you're gonna love it if you've never been there. If you've been there, go ahead and give me an amen. You probably already have your tickets because premium tickets are already sold out, but we do have some standard tickets and student tickets left. The first 1,200 tickets get a free gift, but we're really close on that. So if you get your ticket, I can't promise you're gonna get part of that, but if you go right away, if you go right now, you might still be able to get that. Well, I want to show you a little bit about the conference. I want to take you to one of our past conferences. I want to give you some ideas of what you're going to see. But while we go into that, I want to tell you just a little bit about what's going to happen, and I want to give you the web address so you can check it all out while we're talking about it. The web address is www.iamwoman.tv, or call the number on the bottom of the screen. It's a 2-day conference. It starts Friday night at 7:30. We have an after party. Got some friends coming with me. Oh, Dr. Dee Dee Freeman. Friend, she is so much fun. She is inspirational. She's gonna pump you up. I'm gonna be there just sharing my heart and just encouraging people. Oh, my friend Lisa Turkhurst is gonna be there. Best-selling author. Not like one time, not 2 times. She's got a whole list of best-selling books. Uninvited, Unglued, The Best, Yes, Made to Crave. I mean, all these fantastic books. She's gonna be there. Oh, you guys know Kiki Sheard? I mean, some people call her Kira. Kira Sheard? Oh, musical guest is gonna be there. All of this happening Friday night, starting at 7:30, and then again on Saturday, starting at 10:30 in the morning with a light breakfast and a boxed lunch, and all these things are included in the $45 ticket price. So why haven't you picked up your phone yet? Go ahead, pick up your phone, get online, get your tickets, give us a call, and I want to take you right into this little thing where we go back to last year's conference, which was called Be Beautiful, about being you, about being unique. I want you to just hear a little bit from that conference and see if it gets you inspired. And if it does, you better get your ticket to this year.
But you see, I spent the first 40 years of my life being petrified to leave the house without my hair perfect, and without full makeup. So, I'm 45, and you're not supposed to tell your age when you're a woman, but I've spent the last 5 years finally starting to get comfortable in my own skin. And so Facebook Live, yeah, there's a lot of that on there. You have to contour, right? And you gotta highlight, and you gotta prime, and you gotta put on eye primer and then eyeshadow, and then you need eyeliner and lip liner, and you got to do it all but try and look like you did nothing. And I usually wear glasses. Do we have my glasses by chance? I usually wear glasses on Facebook Live, and just to be honest, they're not real. That is my excuse. So God is really doing a work in me. He says, humble thyself under the mighty hand of God, and I will exalt you. Because I thought, well, I'll take my makeup off, and then I'll at least wear my glasses. And he's like, yeah, no, you won't. You're just going to take your makeup off, and you're going to be whatever you are. So I wanted to do a conference about being you. Just you. Not dressed up you, not special you, not trying to impress somebody you, not trying to be the best mom you, not trying to be the best wife you, not trying to be the best employee you, not trying to find a man you. So this word, women, is for you in whatever language you speak and wherever you are. And the word is this: I am so glad to be a gonzo. You don't know what that means, do you? How many of you were around in the 80s? How many of you have seen The Muppet Show? So there was this little purple blue guy on the Muppets, and he wasn't an animal, and he wasn't a bird, and he always felt out of place, and he would call himself a weirdo. So I want you to look at your neighbor right now, straight in the eye, and say, girl, you are a weirdo. And then I want you to tell those girls, and that is what I love about you. And then I'm gonna let you into my freak zone. I eat pancakes with my fingers. I like crispy edges and I peel them off like a funnel cake. I pretend asparagus is French fries and I eat that with my fingers too. I cannot sleep in socks. But my feet are always cold. I can't think in a messy room, and I don't drink when I eat. I drink, and then I eat, and then I drink. I will hold it all day so that I do not have to use a public restroom. And I'm a germaphobe, but I don't like to wear shoes on an airplane, so I bring my own fuzzy socks. I am a weirdo. I'm a gonzo. I don't fit. I was 5'9", 5'10", 5'11", when all my friends were 5'2". I weighed 150 and they weighed 100. They came up to here on me. I looked like the heartbeat in the picture. Boop, boop. I have nicknamed myself the giraffe. I spent high school standing like this. Trying to be short enough for any boy. And then I found a boy who likes tall girls. And he buys me heels. And frankly, honey, they hurt my feet. We have to embrace our inner weirdo. You see, I was talking to a friend who's planning a conference, and she was telling me about how we're 99% the same. We're only 1% different, which is really freaky how we can fight from race to race, from country to country, from culture to culture, how we can manage to fight over 1%. That is so freaky to me. But how thankful we should be for the 1%, because think of it this way: if the only flavor of ice cream you could have for the rest of your life was vanilla, would you be bored? And if everything that you ever got to eat was vanilla ice cream, would you ever crave nachos? Somebody give me some liquid cheese. I'm just saying. The uniqueness about you. Who are you called to be? You know, the first weirdo I thought about in the Bible was John the Baptist. I mean, dude was a weirdo. I don't think he was weirder than Isaiah, though, because Isaiah preached naked. And if God calls me to do that, I'm out. I'm out on that one. But John the Baptist had to wear camel hair and eat locust and honey. He was a weirdo. People talked about his wardrobe. Dude, do you see him? He always wears that camel hair and it stinks so bad. They did not talk about him in a good way. But he was called. Everybody say called. He was called to do something different. You see, if you're a note taker, if you're a tweeter, if you like to write stuff down, here's a statement you might like. Don't try to be who you aren't, or you will lose who you are.
I don't know what your definition of success is, but my definition of success is getting up one more time than you fall down. My friend, it is time for you to rise. And that's what we want to inspire you to do. How? Well, I'm not sure. You just have a look in your head of what our conference is like, this I Am Woman conference. You've never been there. You've never been in the building. Is it stuffy? Is it traditional? Am I going to be bored? Heck no. Oh my gosh. You know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take you through this little highlights clip of a couple of the last conferences for the next minute or so. And while I'm doing it, if you like it, get your phone, your laptop out, go to www.iamwoman.tv and get your tickets for June 8th and 9th before they sell out. Get your phone out, put your seatbelt on, because you're about to like what you see.
This conference is amazing. We brought a friend that's never been here. She loved it. The speakers were amazing. God's presence was there. It was awesome. I love it.
Clapping. I'm already looking forward next year. We're already planning it. We got our tickets.
Powered by the speakers, just all the wonderful women coming together, and I'm ready to take on the world.
We are called to do hard things as women, and we don't have to, break each other down or compare ourselves at all. We're all fighting hard fights, and it was just great to see the camaraderie, to see everyone come together. I could just tell everyone was jazzed, and we went outside and with the sparklers, and it was just a beautiful moment.
You see, when we dig it ourselves, what we're actually doing is we're dissing our Creator. I went to my friend's house for the first time, and when I went to their house, they had this pencil drawing on the wall, and they're showing me this cool thing and that cool thing, and there's all this cool stuff in their house. And they see this pencil drawing. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's nice. And I keep walking. They said, no. Did you see the drawing? Yeah, I saw the drawing. It's cool. They said, no. Did you see the drawing? I said, yeah. They said, it's a Rembrandt. Oh, yeah, I kind of know that name. A 1640 Rembrandt. Okay. They said, that is worth more than our house. And I went, I hope you don't have a fire. Obviously, I'm not an art collector. I buy my stuff at Home Goods. You see, I never gave the pencil drawing a second look. I didn't understand the value of the pencil drawing. To me, the pencil drawing was a pencil drawing, and I kept moving. The pencil drawing, if it was drawn by me, or my daughter, or my son, or anybody in this room, it'd probably be worth, I don't know, $20 maybe on the streets of New York. However, since it was drawn by Rembrandt, it was worth several $100,000. You see, the value of the art wasn't in the drawing. The value in the art was in who made the art. Some of y'all thinking, what's that got to do with me? My friends, Ephesians 2:10, you're created a masterpiece in Christ Jesus. There is an artist, and he's your God, and he made you. And whenever, there is no way you can critique a piece of art and say bad things about the art without offending the artist. The artist made you, the artist loved you, the artist thought about you. Are you kidding me? He thought about this long nose. I swear, there is Jewish in me. Look at that. I know there is. I don't know what's on my daddy's side, but there are people with long nose and really long arms. This is a long sleeve shirt. Seriously. You know, the t-shirt, I paid about, $9.99 for the t-shirt because it was mass produced. On the tag over here, it says made in China. And they made about 10,000 of these shirts exactly the same. So they can sell them for $9.99 because they were mass produced by some random person. But if you go and you want a haute couture shirt made by Kenneth Cole, I don't know, designers, the Gucci. Is the Gucci guy still alive? I don't know. By one of those real important guys. If you want one of those and they only make one, you gotta pay $4,000. You gotta pay $5,000. And I say you gotta pay because you gotta pay that because I ain't paying that. I ain't paying that for that shirt. No, it's gonna rip in the dryer, period. Do mice live in your dryer too? And you put your clothes in and they're fine, and you bring them out and there are holes in your clothes that were not there when they went in the dryer. I don't know. Okay, mice live in my dryer. Anyway, it's because of the art. It's because of the maker. Each one of us are made special. In Psalm 139, verse 14, it says, we're fearfully and we're wonderfully made. You were made special. Look at your girlfriend and say, hey, weirdo. You're pretty special. And it doesn't matter what's in your past. So this goes on to say, you knew me before I was even born, and you thought about me. You thought about and took time in creating me in an exact and well thought out way. You know, Jeremiah 1:5. That's what it says. I chose you. He chose you. He says, I chose you before I formed you. You were chosen before you were formed. You see, we serve a God so far in our history, there is no beginning, and so far in our future that we call him eternity. He is so big, somehow before he made us, he picked us. He picked us, and then he made us exactly the way he wanted. You're chosen. 1 Corinthians 1:25 in the Amplified said, and also got selected, deliberately chosen. Your mama didn't make you. You weren't part of a hot Friday night. You weren't born because of your mama. You were simply born through your mama. You were made because and born because of your creator. Selected, delivery, chose. What in the world is low-born and branded and treated with contempt? Even the things that are nothing. I don't care who told you you were nothing, and I don't care who told you you don't count. This is what I know. It says that he might pose the things that are. I know you're something because he made you. I know you're something because he created you. I know you're something because he put you here right now. And I know you're struggling with it because he puts you in the sound of my voice. I know he has plans for you, says the Lord, for a future and a hope, Jeremiah 29:11. And I know that those plans are coming soon because he put me here today with a voice in your ear to say, I don't care what the enemy or your boss or your spouse or your kids or your neighbor or your critics or your haters on social media have been telling you. You are special. You are intended. You are deliberate. You are made. And I'm telling you, girlfriend, God has a plan for you that will exceed your expectations. He wants to lift you up. He wants to make your name great. He wants to use you beyond what you can ask, think, or imagine. Stop capping his plans for you because of your past. You are not defined by your past. You are prepared for your past, for your future. It looks like a tombstone, but baby, I'm telling you, it's a stepping stone so that you can stand on what was supposed to bury you and just rise higher. Can I get an amen in the house?
I know, can you believe we do that stuff at a women's conference? We're a little bit crazy, a little bit country and a little bit rock and roll, but all for Jesus and all for you. It's to set an environment, to shake things up, to give you a psychological reset, to give you an emotional reset, to give you a spiritual reset, to give you a reset all the way around so you can come in and just reset everything and leave changed, leave ready again. Ready for what? Ready to live your life to the fullest. And how are we gonna do that? Well, this year my friend Dee Dee Freeman is coming, Dr. Dee Dee Freeman, because she is so just full of life, full of inspiration, full of motivation, full of the Spirit of God. She's gonna put you on fire. If you can sit in your seat the whole time she preaches, I'm just gonna be like, wow, you must have been super glued, because she is just spectacular. If you've never heard her just talk or give a message, we want to introduce you to her. So we've got a little clip of Dr. Dee Dee Freeman, my friend, who's going to be with us on June 8th and 9th at the www.iamwoman.tv conference, which is Friday night at 7:30 and starts again Saturday morning at 11 with all the food and the appetizer, with all the food and the light breakfast and the after party and the free gift for the first 1,200 tickets and all this stuff that goes with it. You'll see it on the website. So check out the website while Dee Dee talks to you.
We all have been given a space and time to fulfill a purpose that God has given unto us. Are you going to be called out on technicality, or are you going to do what you're supposed to do? Stay within the range, stay within the zone, stay within the space, and give the baton to the next generation.
I knew you'd love Dr. Dee Dee Freeman, but you know what? I also want to pump you up just a little bit more from last year's conference. Let's go right back into the 2017 Beautiful Conference, and while we're doing that, get your tickets to Rise at www.iamwoman.tv.
What's your call? What are you naturally gifted at? Because sometimes the differences about us that we despise are the qualities that qualify us for what we're called to do. I hate it that I'm a loudmouth. I'm loud. But it's not my fault my mom is loud. Mom, it's your fault. Okay, so I gotta tell you a quick story. My mom likes to play games, but she doesn't know how to do anything quietly. And so she plays Yahtzee with all the kids. So when we say Grammy is coming over to the house, we all say, Yahtzee! Really loud, because she wakes the neighbors when somebody gets Yahtzee. She's a weirdo. And I got that from her. So I am a weirdo. I want you to say that right now. Say, I am a weirdo. And I'm okay with it. You see, the fact that I'm loud and outrageous and I overdo stuff and I'm animated and sometimes my face is bossy and sometimes I am bossy. The things that made it awkward when I was a teenager and sometimes divided friendships are the very qualities and the very pieces that God was developing in me and working on in me, and they weren't right. They were hard-edged. He needed to file some of that off, and he needed to spin the pot, and he needed to work the clay. By no means am I saying that don't ever change anything, because we're supposed to be being renewed, be being transformed, be being formed. We're supposed to be being. He's the author and the finisher of our faith. You're not finished yet, friend. You're not finished yet. And it's okay to not be there yet. But let's take a minute to just put a stake in the ground and say, we might not be where we're going, but we sure aren't where we started, okay? You just gotta celebrate the little steps. I was the girl who used an entire can of Aquanet to leave the house every morning. You walked in my bathroom as a teenager, like that, because there was so much hairspray on the floor. And I did this when I came out. Why? Because God's working on me. My hair is crazy. My husband's probably freaking out. I'm not gonna look at him. It's okay. Sometimes the differences we despise are the qualities that qualify us. There was this girl. She was a news reporter in Baltimore, and she got fired. She got fired because she could not sever her emotions from her stories. Oh, and there was this other girl. She finally got a job in New York as an editor of a fashion magazine, and they fired her because she was too edgy. And there was this guy, he was born with extreme deformities. And he couldn't talk until he was 4. He couldn't read until he was 7. His teacher said he would never learn. And his classmates called him a stupid freak. And he ended up getting expelled from school because he couldn't learn. There was this guy, he got to sing at the Grand Ole Opry. And as soon as he was done, the concert manager, instead of saying, nice job, and never inviting him back, he looks at him and says, boy, you need to go back to Memphis where you drive trucks, because that's what you're called to do. You see, people will come to you and they'll try and tell you what you're not. They'll try and tell you you're not good enough. And they'll try and tell you you don't fit here. Well, they got one thing right. You don't fit here. Don't put that round peg in a square hole. You fit here. Woo! And the enemy will try and take you down. But you fit here. So when Oprah got fired in Baltimore, she used the emotion of her stories to start a little talk show. And when Anna Wintour got fired from Harper's Bazaar, she went to become the editor of Vogue for 30 straight years, and she is the Devil Wears Prada. And when he got expelled from school, Einstein felt hopeless. But it didn't keep him from being one of the smartest men who ever lived. And when he was told to go drive trucks in Memphis, I'm a hunk of burning love. Elvis said, well, I'm sorry you don't like the way I move, and I'm sorry you don't like the way I shake, but I just gotta sing a song. And how many of you guys know Oprah and Anna Wintour and Elvis and Einstein, they turned out all right. And I'm here to tell you, so are you. Admit your mistakes. Call yourself out. Love who you are. Let God love on you. Let him embrace you. Let him put his arms around you. Find yourself a good church. I don't care what state you're in. I don't care what country you're in. Find yourself a good church, and don't just get in the church. You get in a small group in that church, and you surround yourself with people who will believe in you. They need to look in your eyes and see the God in you. Greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. There's greatness on the inside of you.
All right, so next weekend, am I gonna see you there? Maybe you're not going on vacation, but this could be a cool little mini staycation. So get your tickets. Don't wait to get them at the door. Prices go up. Go to www.iamwoman.tv to be with me, Kiki Sheard, Dr. Dee Dee Freeman, Lisa Terrakers, to get the after party, to get the light breakfast, your box lunch, free gift if you're one of the first 1,200 tickets. All of this, and it's so inexpensive. Don't miss it. June 8th and 9th, start 7:30 on Friday, 10:30 on Saturday. I want to see you there, and I want to see you rise.
Make sure to get your tickets today for the 2018 I Am Woman Conference Rise, happening June 8th and 9th in St. Louis. Get your tickets before they're gone.